My high school back home, the neighboring high school, they were famous for being like the highest STD rate, and I think in either the Tri-County area, it's basically half the population of the state. Yeah. And their mascot was the Trojans. Just always thought that was funny.
Guess they didn't have school spirit.
Nope, definitely not.
Tell me a stupid childhood story.
I was like 13. Whatever. It's like the first bone I ever broke. I didn't even know these kids well in youth group. You know, just those kids. You ever have to go to a youth group?
Yeah.
Like middle school version, where it's just like they're not your friends, but like you guys are all just in pain together, so you're just whatever. There's like a clique too. There's like a clique of the cool kids, and I had just gotten there.
Yeah.
So I was actually
the kids who had like longer bowl cuts.
Yeah, and I was determined to be like one of the cooler youth kids, because if you can't be like a cooler youth kid, you're just you're fucked in life. So I was like, I'm gonna be one of the cool youth kids. And all the cool youth kids played instruments like drums and guitar, and well, I can't do any of that. But and then, like I saw there's like this mini trick. You know, back when trick bikes were like really popular.
Yeah.
Kids to ride on, just like as a mode of transportation. Like, let's get the most inefficient version of the bicycle. Take that. So there was just one of those hanging around, and I was like, you know what? Maybe I'll just do something with this bike, because I can't do anything with the instruments. Yeah. They're dicks, man. They're dicks. I rode that thing straight off the stage. Broke my collarbone immediately. And what was funny is, like, I wanted to cry immediately, but I was just like, there's no way I'll be cool if I cry. So I was holding it in, and it came out as laughter. But then they thought that was hilarious, so they started kicking me. Like, legitimately, they were just like, this is funny. I don't know, like, jokingly kicking me, but...
Bone, and they really just know how to kick you when you're down.
Yeah, exactly.
Especially when they're kicking you while you're down.
And then, because I was laughing and they were kicking, that turned into, like, legitimate tears. But I was still making the laugh noise, but there were lots of real pain tears coming out. Oh. That was mentally, though, I think the toughest I ever was in my life was that day. I was just like...
When you broke a collarbone, which, by the way, props to you. That's like one of the most painful things to break.
I mean, it's one of the easier bones to break. It wasn't, like, fully broke. It was fractured, but, like, in more
I feel like
place.
If you're 13, that counts.
Yeah, and you got up, we said nothing, and then they were like, oh, are you laughing? I was like, and then... Yeah, no, legitimately, then youth group was starting, and I just had to sit there and not cry the whole time. And that was the longest session of church in my life. Because I was just started crying like halfway through. They're just like, are you okay? That's when the kids started to realize, like, he's not, this isn't funny to him.
We should have.
And then they thought I was a bitch, right? My dad had to come pick me up. I thought that, like, I had ruined my reputation. Until I showed up next week in a full-on cast, like, my collarbone's broken, and they were like, dude, you are hard. You're hard, because you laughed at yourself when you were broken. And like at 13, breaking a bone's like impressive. Like, you're like, yeah, Johnny broke his arm. Oh, sweet, Johnny's a badass. Because you're just like, I've never broken a bone. A lot of 13-year-olds have never broken bones, and you're just like, whoa, what's that like, man? You're like, let me tell you. I laughed. And there was,
so you just stole some dude's bike. We glossed over that.
No, it was there. Like, it was just some random church donated bike. I don't know who the hell that does that.
You're not making it sound better. You stole a donation bike.
There, it was
like God smit you. He was like,
God's just like, you're not gonna be cool.
Basically, as you were riding off the stage, he was like, freshman.
I think he was just, yeah, freshman, for all the wrong reasons. Just
God gave you the cool test.
Just like you have the drum set, the guitar, and the bike. You chose wrong. I chose the bike.
I like how there's this list of school sets, being musically talented or talented on a bike, and you're like, which one's more feasible? Musically talented? Nah, I'll probably play some bad notes. Yeah. Oh, there's a trick bike.
BMX, got it.
That's
really
you can pick that.
All that happened is I took the leap of faith and I failed.
I'm so glad.
Jesus tap dancing Christ.
Jesus
right?
tap dancing Christ.
Oh man.
The real Lord of the dance.
The only thing that makes it worse is, as a 13-year-old, is having to hold that pain in silently while your friends laugh at you, while you listen to a pastor. It's just, that's the worst it gets. So I was like, I'm gonna be one of the cool youth kids.